Friends, hopefully I'm live. Little technical difficulties getting connected today. Let me know if my mic works. Hello. I think I'm live. Just pulling up my little dashboard here. Yeah, it's looking good on this end. Hello, everyone. Mad fun. Yeah, my mic wouldn't work and a whole bunch of stuff, but I think I am live now. I'm just double checking. Yes, we seem live. All right, cool. Welcome, everyone. I am back on YouTube, and we are back in ComfyUI, and yeah, we're gonna play with Hotshot today. I've been doing a lot of Hotshot stuff the last couple days. It's been really fun. It seems to well, I mean, it handles SDXL a hell of a lot better than the SDXL one, or the SDXL AnimateDiff motion model that I was playing with. Maybe I didn't have the settings right. I don't know. But yeah, basically, I got a workflow from Inner Reflections a while ago. The Hotshot workflow on Banodoco. Shout out to Inner Reflections. She rocks. Basically, yeah, it's Hotshot, and it works better than the first time I tried it. First time I tried Hotshot, we were getting some really zany results, but that was also, you know, the day it came out. So I kind of always had that opinion of Hotshot for, you know, maybe too long, and then started seeing some more cool stuff on the timeline. People killing it with Hotshot and SDXL, and then I saw who was it? Nathan Shipley, Citizen Plane. He dropped a video where he had made like a papercraft version of his son skateboarding. It looked wicked. And his thing was generating the first image with the SDXL and the LoRA that you want, and then using that as an IP adapter source for your run. That is actually incredibly powerful. And so, yeah, we're just going to build that workflow from scratch. And yeah, we'll just get started. So let me get my Winder up here. All right, 127. Here we are in Chrome. Let me load up my old workflow here. Downloads. Making all kinds of cursed stuff with Hotshot. JSON. Motion control. I can't remember what damn one it was. Maybe it's this one? Yes, it's this one. Okay, cool. So yeah, input stuff, IP adapter, prompt, ControlNet, AnimateDiff, output. So yeah, I'm gonna rebuild this so you can see what all the nodes are, and then we'll get kicking. All right, let me get this up on the other screen so I can see it as a reference. All right, let us start with the heart of every single diffusion. The heart of every single diffusion step, a K-sampler. What do? We VAE decode out of the K-sampler into a video combine node. This is our output for almost everything. So for this, I'm actually going to do 3 outputs. I'm going to do a 10 frame per second, or 12 frame per second rather, at 12 FPS, animate diff. I call it an MP4, and don't need metadata or ping pong or the output. We're not actually going to save the output of the 12 frame per second one. We're going to just use it like just use it to look at. Quick rundown on Hotshot. Hotshot is a motion model. It's like the AnimateDiff motion model. It does 8 frame context window instead of 16. However, it is better with SDXL. There's also some cool stuff you can do with the control module, but we're not doing that in Comfy today. We're just going to use it like with as an AnimateDiff module. And what hardware am I on? I'm on an i5 12th gen 600, I think, with 32 gigs of RAM and a 3090. This workflow will check. I think it might take more than 12 gigs of VRAM, but we'll see. All right, the next thing I do is I add a RIFE version, which is a frame interpolator. If you need the frame interpolation tools, they are in the ComfyUI frame interpolation pack available in the manager. Installing it can be a bit of a pain. Make sure you read the GitHub. There is an install.bat you need to run to make it work properly. If you're having trouble, you need help, come to my Discord. A bunch of people have already had the same problems, and they're willing to help you. The link to my Discord is on pers.xyz. Okay, so we're going to do this one at 2 times. We're going to do this one at 3 times. So we're going to have a 2 times slow-mo and a 3 times slow-mo. This will all make sense when we run something. Loop count 0, save output, on, and we're going to call you film 2x. I like to put my stuff in subfolders so I don't go insane, and also like check the naming convention on my subfolders so I don't make a ton of subfolders. Film 2x and film 3x. Film dash 2x and film dash 3x. All right. Cool. Those are our outputs. So this is just the output sequence. Now we get to actually build the guts. All right. We're gonna go backwards. First thing into the K sampler will be the AnimateDiff. So we'll do AnimateDiff loader with context. We also need a context options node, which you just drag out from context options and let go. And then it's this one here, AnimateDiff uniform context options. If you don't have AnimateDiff installed, you will need to go get AnimateDiff-Evolved, also available in the manager. Also read the README in the GitHub because there are models you need for it. Once you have those models in the right folder, they'll show up in here. And the model we're working with tonight is the Hotshot XL model, which is available on the Hotshot XL GitHub, I believe. Could have sworn there was a link to it here somewhere. Yeah, Hotshot XL. There it is. I'll just drop the link in the chat. There you go. All right. Okay. Grab the Hotshot model, drop it in the correct folder, which is in the GitHub, and then you want to select linear beta schedule. It actually says it's for Hotshot XL. Hotshot XL. And you don't need to supply V2 models properly. Excuse me, sorry, I don't know why I'm yawning. I just had a massive nap. Apply UI version 2 models. I think it only applies to the AnimateDiff V2 models, but you know, who knows. And the context length of Hotshot is 813. 8 context length, 1 stride, and 3 overlap. You can set it to 4 if you want. You can set it to 5. Leave context length at 8 because that's what the frames are trained on. But context overlap will decide how many frames it tries to tween between the context windows. I'll explain that when you see the output. Okay. Let's just group things as we go so I don't lose my mind. This is our AnimateDiff group. Okay. So into AnimateDiff, then we need a model, but we're going to actually load a LoRA. So we'll get a LoRA loader and then our basic checkpoint loader. So VAE goes to the decoder. The LoRA will be whatever SDXL LoRA we decide to use. I guess we'll start with the Claymation one. It's really cool. Positive. I just plugged the VAE from the checkpoint into here. And the other thing we need are prompt. Excuse me. Prompts. So we need clip text encode SDXL. So clip text encode SDXL. We need these ones because we actually had to define a target width and a width. So just these are the settings for SDXL. Just have a look at that. Remember that. So it's 1024, 1024 for the width and height, but the target width and height is 512 and 512. I'm not going to pretend to understand why. It just is. So do it or don't. I'm not your mom. Okay. Colors green. And so that's our positive prompt, and this is our negative prompt. Now, this is going to look a little confusing to people who don't use SDXL. It's like, why the hell are there two prompts? So we have a guidance prompt and a linguistic prompt. The guidance prompt is like the main prompt. Excuse me. The linguistic prompt is the prompt that we use to reinforce the guidance prompt. So all you have to remember is just put the same prompt in both for now. So we're going to go Claymation, man dancing on stage. Yeah, we're just going to do that. And for our negative prompt, we're just going to go bad quality. Worst quality, maybe. NSFW and nude, because we are on YouTube. Okay, so that's our positive and negative prompt. So we have to run our clip through our LoRA, and then the clip from the LoRA into the prompts. Okay. Scoodly boop. All right. And then these two, the conditioning, they go into the K sampler, positive and negative. Well, we will be adding ControlNet, but for now, let's just keep it simple. So I believe this is actually enough to generate a guidance-less hotshot run. So let's try it. We're going to just do... there's one more thing we need to plug in, which is the latent image. Now, when we do video to video, we will be using the VAE encoder to feed the frames right into the VAE. But for now, we're just using an empty latent image. So you want empty latent image. Right, and we're gonna set our resolution to it's funky resolution for this. It's 768 by 432. Again, I don't know why, it just works. So let's do a batch of 16 so we can watch it overlap over two windows. It's our prompt Claymation man dancing on stage, bad quality, worst quality. I just back off the strength of the LoRA just a little bit. And let's try it with Juggernaut XL, which is an SDXL model. SDXL LoRA. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh. Hotshot. 8 frames. Got our target. Oh, earlier, if you saw me duplicate a node and you didn't know what the hell I was doing, click the node, Control-C, and then Control-V to paste that node. So you get, you know, nodes on either side. Okay. So this is our diffusion. Let's do this. This is our prompt. Nope. Wrong button. And then where's the convert to group? Nope. I keep doing that. We want to add a group. Add group for selected nodes. Okay. Loader, prompt, AnimateDiff, diffusion. Output. Exciting. A hotshot node group. All right. You are purple. Actually, let's run it. See if I missed anything. And then I'll do the colors while it's running. Purple. You guys are red. Empty latent image is green. You guys are yellow. guys are blue. Cyan. Load LoRA is green, and checkpoint is brown. Exciting stuff, I know. But moving your nodes, color coordinating them, and labeling your groups is basically the only way to stay sane in this game. Prompt, and then title, loaders. This will be settings eventually. Group is diffusion, and this group is output. So we're going to add two more things to this. We're going to add IP adapters, and we're going to add ControlNet to control the guidance and stuff. Oh, another thing I forgot to do was we want 25 steps at CFG7. We use Euler Ancestral with DDIM uniform noise. Well, that's interesting. Well, there you go. So as you can see, the motion is a little crazy because Hotshot is crazy. Did RIFE not work? Oh yeah, it worked. I'm just crazy. So yeah, as you can see, it's jumping through the context windows and it doesn't have any form of guidance. So it's all very like all out to lunch, but like the, you know, it's SDXL with a LoRA and it's animation and it looks good. So sweet. I'm actually going to switch out this K-sampler because Inner Reflections used a K-sampler advanced. I don't know if it matters, but let's set it up the same. All right. So model to model, conditioning positive, conditioning negative, and the empty latent image. Add noise enable, noise seed. Let's do a fixed seed of 42069. Control F to generate fixed. That way, if I run again with the same settings, I won't waste time running it because you know, it won't run. Euler Ancestral, DDIM uniform, start at step 0, end at step 10,000, leftover noise disabled. So I'm now remembering why there's an advanced, because there was an upscaling section of this that I ended up removing. But you know, we can add an upscaler later. But I kind of just like upscaling it with something else. Unless it really needs to be latently upscaled. Where's the color? Purple. Okay. Will the workflow be available on your Discord? Yes, I'll throw it up when I'm done. But it is really just for Inner Reflections workflow off the Banodoco Discord. So, you know, recommend giving a thumbs up there and grabbing hers and playing with it as well, because she's got different options and yeah, it's cool. All right. Okay. So this is cool. But say I want to actually put, you know, like I want to drive this so that like the character is consistent, or you know, the movement is consistent. For visual consistency, we need to add IP adapters. And for temporal consistency, we need to add ControlNet with masks. So let's do that. Let's add IP adapters. So IP adapters actually goes kind of here-ish. So let's add the apply encoded. Yeah. So this is the IP adapter thing. We need an IP adapter load embed, not load embed, sorry. IP adapter encoder. Okay. So IP adapters needs an encoder and an apply encoded images. It also needs a clip vision loader. You need to load the clip vision for the version you're using, in this case SDXL, and it needs a clip IP adapter model loader, and for this one we're going to use SDXL. Boop. Okay. We can make this look less awful, I think. Yeah. All right. Okay. Beautiful. So these are our 4 images. We need a prep image for clip vision and a load image. All right. So prep image for clip vision will resize or crop or center or whatever your images so that they fit and they're the right size for the clip vision to look at them. Clip vision is like an AI eye that looks at the image and adds what it sees to the prompt. But it's better than blip and stuff because it's actually using the imagery. It's hard to describe, but it is a really good way to make it add a style. Gosh, I've added a lot of damn files. I got a picture of me, so we could try that. What else we got? Barbie. Bubble Bobble. We need like a face. Maybe not Guy Fieri. We do a lot of Guy Fieri. Grab some actresses for some tests, but no. Let's well, maybe Barbie, sure. Let's see if we can get Barbie. Let's see if we can turn this into Barbie. Claymation Barbie dancing on stage. So we're going to start with an actual image, but I'm going to show you the actual trick to this, which is generating your own picture of Barbie with the Claymation LoRA to use as the IP adapter source. But for now, I'm just going to do this because it might work. And if it doesn't, we know how to fix it. All right. We want to add group. And this is IP adapters. So how do you hook up IP adapters? Well, IP adapters links through the models. So let me double check what we did on the other one. I think it goes from the main. Yeah. All right. Main model into apply IP adapter, the model out from apply IP adapter into the load LoRA. Scootily boop boop doop doop bow. All right, that's plugged in. The only other thing we need is let's set the weight to about 0.8. And I'm actually going to plug this into all 4 inputs. So there's another thing you can also do. If you're using one image and 4 inputs, you can make 4 of these prepare image for clip visions, and you can go left, right, center, pad for the things, and it'll look at the whole image as opposed to just the center. In this case, I think the center is going to be okay because I think it's going to crop it to a square, so we're going to get the whole body. But if your image is really wide or really tall, you might want to have it look at the whole image as opposed to just the center of it. But yeah, it's up to you. And then these will be cyan, and you are blue. Anything that uses images is blue. Anything that processes images is cyan. All right, cool. Loader, IP adapter, prompt, AnimateDiff-Evolved output. So let's try adding Barbie. Oh, samples. Right. Yeah, we need to plug our K sampler into our VAE decoder, obviously. Sup peeps. Yeah, pal, yeah. Is multipass video to video with Rave and AnimateDiff the right one for Banodoco? No, that's a new one. Actually, I haven't even played with that one yet. That's yeah, that's a different animation method, and it's really cool and floaty, and it looks really nice. But that's not what this one is. This one, I believe, is Banodoco. Where are you? Banodoco. Resources. We are looking for inner reflections. I hate the stream remote in Discord. It makes it so I can't read anybody's names, and it's very, very annoying. I don't think it was the model merge one. It might be a little old now. I'm not sure where it is. Video to video, 4 IP adapters. Well, InterReflections has some way more like involved ones as well. I think this is it actually. No, it's not. Oh, maybe it isn't InterReflections. It's Jboogx. I am dumb. This is a Jboogx one, and I will. It's the video to video ControlNet, and I'll just link the link in the link in the link. Copy link. Yeah, I think this is built off of InterReflections Vid2Vid. That's why I kept thinking it was hers. But yeah. Copy link and paste that here. Whoa, what happened? There we go. All right, there you go. That's the link to the resource thing for the Jboogx workflow for what we're doing. All right, we got Claymation Barbie, and it's in her dress, and her face is totally banged up. So now we can try to just do SDXL runs. So, okay, here's the really cool thing about Comfy. Comfy is a back end, right? And then we're just using a front end for Comfy. So you can actually open up a new window with the same URL. And this is actually the same, like they'll both work. You just queue things in order. So we can open up a second tab, and all we need for this tab is this, and that's it. So we're going to grab this stuff here. All right. We're going to clear this tab. We're going to paste this stuff, and we're going to look at it. This is all we need to generate an image, right? We don't need AnimateDiff. We don't need any of that nonsense. We just need this. Save image. All right. Make you blue. And I'll put you in images / AnimateDiff. Sure. If you want to put your outputs in subfolders, type the folder, then / backslash, and then whatever, and that'll make that folder every time it makes the file, so that your output folder doesn't look like a hot mess. Okay. Claymation Barbie dancing on stage. We're actually only going to make one of these images, and we're going to make it at 1024 by 1024. Because with IP adapters, it doesn't matter what we'll just do the base SDXL quality. So if I'm right, this should just work. It's going to load the model, punch through, load this, do the prompting, and spit out an image of Barbie that we can use as our IP adapter source. So this is a great way to get the starting image that's exactly in the style you want. That's pretty good. Let's try again. I'm trying to get a good one. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's even further down in the thing, or if you search for posts by InterReflections. It's also possible that it's on Civitai. I think there's one. There it is. But bang, there's her guide. These are great because they go really in depth and they explain what all the nodes are doing and why. Kind of what I'm doing now, except in a way that you can go back and read. So yeah, yeah, definitely recommend following InterReflections on Civitai and Twitter. Yeah, fantastically smart. Right, fixed seeds, so we're getting the same image. Let's add 4. So now we'll do a batch of 4. We'll pick the best one, and we'll get off to the races. Okay. This might have the best face, so let's try that one. Just save image real quick. I mean, I already have this file in my thing, but it'll just be faster. All right, so we're gonna drag this into. Can you drag it in? Oh, you can. Nice. Sometimes that replaces the whole thing. That reminds me. Let's save as we go. This workflow is YouTube 2024 110 hotshot SDXL. All right. Okay, we have this is our input image, and let's try it. So now, because we made this image with the LoRA, this should technically make a better image for here, but you know, maybe not. This is the process. And the only other thing we need to add next is guidance to make sure she moves like a human, or maybe not. We'll try. For that, we're gonna need footage. So let's go to Pexels and just try and find like maybe somebody standing. Just kind of want somebody standing dead on camera. We need a horizontal video, please. Someone's standing but doing a bit of dancing, I think, because then we'll get the pose. There's no E in dancing. There's no A in it either. Done sighing. What's the beginning of this look like? Boop. Yeah, okay. Let's try this one. All right, cool. Shout out to Evgenia Kirpichnikova. Yeah, shout out to all these creators on Pexels for providing us with this awesome input footage we can use for AnimateDiff. If you're ever looking for input footage you want to play with, Pexels has a ton of high quality videos and stuff that you can dream over and use as ControlNet preprocessing sources and all that stuff. Yeah, highly recommend. And yeah, just give a little shout out to the creators if you end up using their stuff because it's super helpful. All right, well the face is a little better and things are happening, but we definitely want to try to imply some motion here. So loaders, prompt, IP adapters, AnimateDiff-Diffusion output. We need ControlNet. ControlNet exists on the clip on here, okay? It comes out of here, goes into ControlNet, and then into the K-sampler. So apply ControlNet. No. ControlNet apply, of course. It's always backwards to whatever I think it is. So what do we need for ControlNet? Well, we need to pre-process the footage because the footage, if you just feed it into ControlNet, won't work with most ControlNets because if you're using depth ControlNet, you need depth maps. If you're using line art ControlNet, you need the line art. But luckily, we can generate all this stuff with Comfy. So we have our input footage. Let's load video. Input footage was from here. If you don't have these load video nodes, the video helper suite is available in the manager, and I highly recommend it. Okay, this is why it's very cool because it allows us to select how many frames we want to load and at what speed we want to load them. So I could load 16 frames at speed 1, or I could load 16 frames and skip a frame, and it'll load footage twice as fast, right? Because it's skipping every frame, or skipped every third frame, every 3 frames, even faster. So yeah, image to, we need a preprocessor. So, okay, let's decide what we're going to use. I'm going to try OpenPose first. So I want the DW OpenPose preprocessor, which is available ControlNet auxiliary nodes. ControlNet, these ones here. ComfyUI's ControlNet auxiliary preprocessors. You need those. All right. DWPose. Okay, so image stack goes into image. Image from here goes into here. And we can also, if we want to see what this is doing, we can spit out a video combine. And this is awesome. They just added this. Video combine's also in the video helper suite. You don't have to save the outputs for video combine. You can just use it as a viewer in real time, which is wicked because like sometimes I want to see the depth map, so I don't want to save every freaking depth map. Just a lot of wasted space on your computer. So ControlNet, we'll call you depth. Just in case I do want to save it. I'll go 24 frames per second. And that should do it. DWPose is going to spit out into there, and then we have to feed our clip through. Positive. Negative, positive, negative. So let's move you and you over there so that we can move this stuff. So we got our DWPose estimator. We got our apply ControlNet. We need to load a ControlNet into the thing. So we need an advanced ControlNet loader. We're going to use the OpenPose SDXL ControlNet. If you need ControlNets, they are available on Hugging Face. Just Google the ControlNet. You just type it into the search in Hugging Face, and you'll get the ControlNet you need. Because we're using DWPose, DWPose is an OpenPose estimator. We need to use the OpenPose ControlNet so that it understands what to do with this skeleton we're about to feed it. Well, that sounds metal as hell. All right. We only actually need the one loader, and then because we're gonna end up stacking another stack of ControlNet. That's why I put it up vertically, because we're gonna use multiple ControlNets by the time we're done here to make this work. But we're just starting with OpenPose. We'll end up being able to use this same loader, and we can also force the size of the input footage to like 512 by 512. Actually, we don't want to do that. We want to go 512. Sorry, this is a little confusing. 512 by question mark and question mark by 512 are what we want to use. Our video is wide, so we want to have a variable width and a set height, and it goes width times height. So we want question mark times 512 for a wide video. That's going to render it to 512 high, and then whatever that is wide with that same aspect ratio. But ControlNet doesn't really understand width, doesn't need to understand width. Wait, I'm braining wrong here. Yeah, so let's use the image resize to get everything the right size. Anyway, image resize plus, I believe it is. Yes, okay. Here's we're going to use get set nodes because I need to set my width in more than one place, and I don't want to edit it every time, okay? So we're going to add a set node. Set node. Is that the one? Yeah, I think so. All right. Set constant 768. Oh no, that's the name. Width. Did I use the right get and set nodes? Well, time will tell. Okay, we're gonna set width with value. We need a constant int. All right. There's a bunch of constant nodes. I use the KJ nodes ones, but you can use whatever you want. These are just for setting values. Our width is 768. We're setting it. Let me see what the other workflow is. I feel like they did this in one node. Width and height. Int. Is it this one? Those look like seed nodes. What are you? Primitive node. Connect to widget input. Oh, beauty. Okay, so yeah, we don't need to do all this crap. We can just use a primitive node. Beautiful. So we need to on our image resize node, we need to change our inputs or change our widgets for width and height into inputs. We're going to connect you to width. Yeah. Yeah, 768 fixed. This, if you set it to randomize, it's actually going to change this value every time you rerun your prompt. So that's for doing seeds. You want to leave it on fixed so that it's always the same width, right? And then we're going to rename this to width so we don't go crazy. Then guess what we need? That's right, height. Height goes to height. And let's name it height. And what was it for? 432. 432. Okay. And then that goes into the image resize and height, but we can also set it to our empty latent image width and height. That way, we only have to set it at the front. Width, height. Width, height. Beautiful. Okay, so now we've resized them to that width and height, and we're going to use nearest and keep proportion. Image goes to here. That's going to spit through there. Okay, hopefully this makes sense. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to just shout them while I'm going. If something doesn't make sense, it's easier to ask in the moment. Or I will lose my train of thought. That's not a threat. That's just the way it is. Okay. Whoops. Let's get you back in here. Let's get you up here. Just trying to arrange this stuff so I don't go nuts. Width and height. Okay, we got our width and height. All right. So if I'm correct, this should generate an open pose. We'll see the open pose up here. It'll add the open pose information, and hopefully Barbie will dance. So I'm going to do a few more frames to give it some time. Actually, this is actually where we're going to switch to the VAE encoder as well, I believe. Yeah, let's do that. VAE encoder. Yeah, so that way, these images that I'm generating here, this thing that we're using here is going to become our frame. So we're going to do 24 frames. It's going to load 24 frames. Then it's going to do a batch of 24 frames, right? The VAE comes out of here, and that should about do it. You are red, color red. Okay, so now instead of an empty image for every frame, it's actually going to use the frame from the input video. And then it's going to try to redraw it using this open pose information for Barbie, using this as the input video or input IP adapter source, and the prompt Barbie dancing on stage Claymation. Claymation activates this LoRA, the Claymation LoRA. Holy crap, why is it set to 2160? 68, all right. Cool. I think that's all the things. Nope. Got to plug latent image into latent image. Derp, derp, derp. All right, well, it's generating the open pose stuff, so that's cool. We got that going for us, which is nice. It's cool because when that's done, I won't have to do it the second time because it's the same amount of frames, which is always nice. Okay, it's done, but I think I canceled it. There we go. Okay, why so fast? Every frame. Is the frame rate set stupid high on this? Yep, that'd be why. 106 frames per second. Looks pretty chill. There we go. So it's going to try to match this. So it pulled this motion out of this input video. But again, it's only the first 24 frames. That's why it's looping like that. So hopefully Barbie will do this in the animation. Y'all are yellow. Colors yellow, and you are blue. You are cyan, and you are blue. All right. And then we'll make this into a group, and this will be ControlNet stack 1. Templates. Nope. Edit group title. ControlNet 1. All right. So then we can just add another stack of this before the next step and the next step and the next step. And yeah. It will not be stretched, no. Because we are doing key proportion and resizing, it will actually resize and maintain the aspect ratio and crop to whatever it needs to crop to make it work. That's why we use this image resize node, which is in a node pack called ComfyUI Essentials. Yeah. And yeah, Jovi's here. You should use his tools. I just don't have them installed right now. So I was getting an error on startup, but I'm pretty sure that was my fault. I will reinstall them soon. They are amazing. Jovimetrics, they are these ones. All kinds of fun stuff in here. More than a few nodes. Keep opening it in the wrong apps. That's great. Yeah. Yeah. Look at all these. Pixel shader nodes, shape generator nodes, constant webcam node for grabbing your webcam. Hue, HSV nodes for processing your image colors, saturation value. Transform, rotate, scale images. All these, as far as I know, are also animatable. You know, so think about that for a second. Pretty powerful. But yeah, you can see you can combine them all together and just make stuff. And yeah, there's more nodes now. But yeah, all the stuff that you would need for VJing and stuff is all here, pretty much. And there's more nodes. There's more nodes now. Don't sleep. I mean, sort of, but not really. Did I? I guess I did run it. All right, let's do some more frames. Let's do 48 frames. Yeah, I mean the documents are nice, but most people I think just install it and start playing with it. So, yeah, install it and start playing with it. The GLSL shader stuff is really exciting, but I also don't know GLSL yet, so I'm terrified of it. DW is losing its mind here, so that might be contributing to it. So let's add another stack of ControlNet while we wait. We need these 4 nodes. Copy and paste. Oh, look at that. Another stack of ControlNet. So all you really have to do is go plump, 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 plump. But I've been having problems with that with Comfy, just the UI and stuff. I find it maybe best to unplug where you want it, where it was going, and plug it into where it wants to go, as opposed to just replacing plugs, because replacing plugs can sometimes make it go into the wrong one. And what happens sometimes is the positive plugs into the negative and the negative plugs into the positive. So you go and run your prompt and it's like, oh, this is what you wanted for your prompt. Okay, I'll show you that then. And that's less good than what you would think. Yeah, don't do that. Oh, this is in depth open post. Not that it matters. So we're not saving the outputs. All right. So instead of a DWPose estimator, we're going to use a MiDaS depth map preprocessor. If MiDaS sucks, we'll switch to Zoe, but let's try MiDaS. As a result, use the MiDaS stable diffusion thing. And I like to put my n% at 0.5. It tends to look and work better. Image to here, this image to here, this image to here. Right? Same as the other stack. And then, where are you? Add group, and you are ControlNet 2, right? And got to back off the control values a bit when you're using multiple control nets. Let me double check what my settings are for the original. 0.5. I'm using 0.5 line art. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm out of third control net. Yellow. And we'll use line art. So you want the line art preprocessor. Same deal. Image from imagery size. Image into here. And then image into the video combine so you can see what you're doing. And we'll call it line art. Yep. All right. And then there we are. Edit group title ControlNet 3. All right. And then AnimateDiff-Diffusion output. Well, this got complicated, eh? All right, cool. That's basically it. It's not really getting the... Yeah, it's not really getting the motion, but let's keep going. So this one's still just with OpenPose. It's just going to do more frames. And then we'll do one with 3 stacked control nets. Line art, depth, and OpenPose. Oh, I think I have to route these as well. They're not routed. U to U, U to U, and then there it is. So you see how the clip just flows through the 3 control nets? Doop, doop, doop. Prompt, control net, control net, control net thing. AnimateDiff is actually more like model based, so we could probably put it above. Use feed through the clip. Oh, I did it again. All right. I'm starting to feel cleaner. All right. I have my nodes so squished together so that you can actually read them when I'm zoomed in on the stream. You don't have to have them quite so claustrophobic in your own thing. You can move them around a bit, get them into different places. Literally the reason I have them so close together is so that when I'm zoomed in, if somebody wants to read what's on one of the other nodes, you know, it's easier to read this way because you can see the other nodes. Somebody else might be doing something different than what I'm talking about and they want to see a value or something. So yeah. For your own workflows, highly recommend adding a bit of space and, you know, not having it quite so claustrophobic. All right. It's getting the people in the background from the image. That's pretty cool. And yeah, this is pretty good. This is Better than it would look on ST15 for sure. All right. Okay, let's do one with the new ControlNets. So you'll be able to see the depth map and line art as soon as they're done here. It'll display them up here so you can see. So there we've done our depth map and we've done our line art. So if I sync these up, yeah, there we go. So it's going to use all three of these. Oh, where'd our line art go? It's going to use, weird. Okay, it's going to use all three of these to ControlNet the result. They're all at 0.8, which is 80%. So, yeah, we'll see what that does. And now I am morbidly curious how much VRAM we're using. So let's find out. NVI top. You yell at GitHub people in the same place in their issues section. So if you need to yell at a GitHub developer, I'll just give you a quick run through on how to yell at Jovi. You would go to the Jovimetrics tools, right? Isn't that how you spell it? Yeah. And then you would go to the issues, right? And then you would open a new issue and you would explain exactly what the problem is here. You would do a screenshot and paste the log. But before you do any of that, check the closed ones and make sure someone else hasn't already had your problem. But this is how you interface with developers so that they have context, A, for your problem, and B, sort of accountability to answer your problem. Even if that accountability is that I'm not going to fix that. It's just, you know, this isn't a real problem. But yeah, issues, the issues tab is essentially how you get in touch. And now this isn't for like, oh, I'm having a problem with your thing. This is like your software is bugging out and this is why. And provide as much information as you possibly can so that it's not a mystery. Because yes, nerds love mysteries, but not like that. The GitHub issues place is also a great place. Just ask them what they're up to, you know? Just create an issue and just be like, hey, man, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in a while. They love it. Nothing feels better than having outstanding issues on GitHub as a developer. I should know I have several myself. I was kidding. Please use issues pages for actual issues. I mean, the help channel basically is the help channel for Jovi's tools on my Discord. I haven't installed the latest Comfy updates because every time I do that before a stream, Comfy breaks and then I can't stream. So I will update Comfy after the stream. And we will see that stuff in the next one. But also, if you're curious what the... yeah, here we go. Pardon me. So this workflow, currently utilizing 13.8 gigabytes of VRAM. So 3 ControlNets plus hotshot plus IP adapter might not work on a 12 gigabyte card. That's unfortunate. But I am also streaming on YouTube, so you know maybe some of that VRAM is being used by OBS. So who knows? Who knows? All right, ControlNet, you're going to be yeller. AnimateDiff, you can also be yellow because you're kind of like clip. but not really. Diffusion, you'll be purple. Output is blue, and prompt is green. IP adapters is cyan. Loaders are brown. Actually, they'll be green. That's easier on the brain. Actually, loaders just became settings. Colors, you guys are green, and yeah, loaders, you just became settings. Settings. All right. This has actually been a bit of a speed run. We got the whole thing built in less than an hour. That's pretty impressive. Normally it takes me much longer to do crap like this. So I think the people in the background of this image are actually causing problems in the, you know, the consistency. So let's try making a new input image as well. But let's see what it does with these, because this will try to probably stick more to the movement and scene. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what this brings here. It's also possible to use LCM with this. I haven't been able to get good results with LCM yet, with SDXL, but it's not impossible. If you figure it out, drop a workflow on my Discord and I'll put it in the resources channel. So that's definitely sticking to the input footage a lot better, because we got that line art and stuff like that, and the depth. So yeah, as you can see, adjusting these values, adjusting the strengths will affect the image. Adjusting the IP adapter will affect the image. So let's try Nicolas Cage screaming at a pigeon. That old chestnut. I'll drop both these workflows on there so you can load them up in separate tabs. That way you can generate your LoRA, your images with the LoRA, and then generate the videos with the same LoRA. Or a different one. I was doing that earlier. I'd made some images with the Claymation LoRA and then animated them with the VHS LoRA, and then you get your VAE and you get your Claymation characters in hanging out around VHS tapes and stuff. So, you know, sky's the limit with this stuff. You can stack LoRAs as well. You don't have to use the same one. You can merge them. You can merge checkpoints. There's so much you can do with Comfy. It's crazy. All right. I mean, I think that's the winner, yeah? Save image. And then drop that in here. And we, instead of Barbie dancing on stage, we will do Claymation Nicolas Cage screaming at a pigeon. But we are going to use the same input footage. So hopefully he'll be screaming at the pigeon in some sort of sing-songy dancing way. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do is actually remove the strength from the open pose because I don't think it's helping as much as I was hoping. And I wanted to check the strength values. Yeah, 0.5. So let's try 0.5. And 0.5. I'm so sorry for yawning constantly. Anyone who has yawn contagiositis, that is, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I'm not even tired. Found many use cases for Comfy with my day-to-day work. Well, I mean, yeah, for my animation, absolutely. But for like work, no. My job doesn't require Comfy in any capacity, but you know, yeah, I find tons of uses for it for making stuff. It's also possible to weaponize ControlNet workflows for doing logos. So if somebody's got a logo and they want to make it look better, you can use ControlNet to bring their logo in as a source and then do some cool stuff. Maybe animate their logo and then use that to dream a video or whatever. Okay, well, this workflow, I think, is like... I'm just trying to decide. Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm going to drop this on... I'm going to drop this on my Discord right now, so if you want to play along, yeah, I can. Let's call it this. Delete the original and rename this one to... Yeah. All right, cool. And then we need a screenshot that's in here. Workflow image, export PNG. And I'll just use one of the videos from the other thing. I'll just add this to the Discord right now, so you can check my resources channel in about 2 minutes for this new post. AnimateDiff, SDXL, hotshot, Vid2Vid workflow, ControlNet, and IP adapters. SDXL plus LoRa, hotshot, Vid2Vid workflow, blah, 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 blah. Yes, and then downloads this file, and that's Jovi's overview. That's not going to work. This file, and another cool thing I got working the day was StreamDiffusion. Could do a quick demo of that as well if you guys want to see what that's like. It's wild. Basically real-time diffusion. Demo. I'm trying to remember where I put these damn files. Comfy output. There it is. All right. And drop that. Drop that in here. And post it. An error occurred. Okay. Fun. Let's try you, maybe. Hello. Animate diff. A tag. Yes, that would do it. Would have been nice if it told me what the error was. All right. Copy link. And I'll just drop that in the old Discord. There you go. Did you ever release LoRa's made of your own art? No, I'm not. I won't be releasing those. Those are just for me. We all gotta have something of ourselves, don't we? It's the where is he on GitHub thing. Yeah, it starts counting. Yeah, so if you hit people over the head with your drumsticks, yeah, you can always do that. There's a link to the workflow on my Discord if you want to grab it. If there are red nodes, if it's screaming at you, manager and install missing custom nodes. If you're missing models like hotshot and stuff, you can go to install models and drop them on. Me, I'm a 3D artist, generative artist, and oh no, I'll be doing a mask pack for Patreon. Not the LoRa's though, but I'll be doing a mask pack. That's those are all the animated masks that I make in Blender. Those will be available for everybody. I'm just compiling. I have so many masks. I'm trying to compile them into folders so they don't make sense. But yeah, that'll be a drop for all the Patreon supporters, and also that goes for any supporter anytime. You don't need to keep supporting me to get that map pack, get that mask pack. I know it's been taking me way too long. Don't feel like you need to stay subscribed. I'm gonna find all my subscribers from day one and send them an email link to it. So don't feel like you need to keep supporting me if you don't have the money for it or you don't want to get that mask pack. Everyone who ever supported me is getting that mask pack. So yeah, don't sweat it. I do need to train some SDXL LoRas. So I haven't done that yet. It looks a little daunting. Here we go. Yeah, that is a nightmare. But, I mean, it's keeping a blue shirt, gray pants, the pigeons, his face. He's still Nicolas Cage the whole time. See, the thing we're doing with ControlNet is fighting the hotshot's urge to change context every 8 frames, right? Like, that's why things pop in and out of existence, because we're jumping context windows. But because we're using ControlNet to control the frames, we're getting the composition we want, sort of. It's crazy. It's crazy this works. It's crazy this works. This is acting really weird. I'm going to refresh the page. Oh, I didn't know this got so far away from the start point. Oh, well. All right. That's the whole workflow. Yeah, that's basically what I wanted to cover with Hotshot. If you guys want to see StreamDiffusion, I can pop that up real quick. We can have a look at that. It's pretty interesting. Let's see if I can find the... Yep. We will change this to... Need a prompt for it. Actually, geometric structures works well. Okay, so the prompt for this is geometric structures. Now, this is going to be kind of mind-blowing, but watch this. Let's save this. I already saved this. This is on my Discord. If you want this workflow, go get it. Go play with it. Bitch about it in the help channel, and we'll get it working for you. You want to add more control nets? You just copy and paste these. Control nets tend to take more VRAM the more you stack. So if you're running out of VRAM, you can delete this control net. You can delete this one. You can delete any of them. Try to get it in under your VRAM count, because if you go over your VRAM count, you're swapping the system memory. Things take 4 to 8 times longer to run. So yeah, try to keep it under your VRAM level. Yeah, have fun, and post your stuff in the AI channel. Yeah, so for now, let's kill Comfy. Bye. Yeah, see, I'm using 2.6 gigs of VRAM, like just base. So this might work with less than 12. It's possible. Okay. This might run a little slow because I'm streaming and I'm doing NVIDIA broadcast for my background removal here, but watch this. Banodoco API, StreamDiffusion, app, examples. It'll take me a minute here. Screen, yeah. Boop. Geometric structures. Okay, cool. All right, y'all ain't ready. So let's go to YouTube. This is not my YouTube. This is just random stuff. Lovely. I don't even watch hockey. All right, let's do drone POV. Okay. See this little window here? I position this wherever I want it to stream. So in this case, we'll just go here. I hit enter. And in a few seconds, it's going to spit me out a new window. Watch this. What the hell? Real-time diffusion. 10 frames per second. Image to image. Can you believe that? The prompt for this is just geometric shapes. That's why it looks like that. But, I mean, how trippy is that? Again, this is a 3090. This probably won't work so good on a 3070 or 3080. Might. 3060, probably not. But yeah, if we got 10 frames now, I mean, I've seen people with 4090s getting 30 frames per second, real time, image to image. So the future's coming, and the future's coming fast. When we figure out some ways to optimize this, you know, sky's the limit. You'll start seeing real time diffusion at concerts and all kinds of stuff. I mean, yeah, the VJ is gonna have to bring a gaming PC out to the venue, but it'll work. All right, let's see. How much VRAM? It's using. Oh, it's only using 6 gigs of VRAM. Yeah, this is only using 6 gigs of VRAM. But again, my computer is getting really, really hot. Like, this is incredibly GPU intensive. So you would probably only want to run this for a short while. I don't think you'd want to run this for like 2 hours. But again, that stuff will all probably change as time goes on. Things will get faster. Yeah. Well, in the interest of brevity, I think I'm going to cut it here. I mean, this is really great. We got through Hotshot really fast. It's kind of a quick run through for Hotshot, and you can go nuts with the animation. Also use input masks, like make input masks, get them off my Discord. I have mask packs on my Discord for free. Go grab those, use those as input footage, and yeah, post stuff that you make. I want to see it. As always, I have a Patreon. If you like this stuff, hit it up. Support. Right now it's more of a tip jar than anything, but there will be a mask pack for all supporters. I'm going to add more stuff for supporters too, as soon as I figure out what that is. You know, people tell me what you want and I'll make it happen. Yeah, we're here to learn together, and I appreciate every one of you taking your time and hanging out with me. And we will be doing more fun stuff very soon. I'll be streaming again, I think Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure what I'm going to cover. I might actually do a bit of... I'm very interested in making real-time masks in Touch Designer and then using this sort of thing to make them come to life. So we might play with that a little bit, audio reactive real-time stream diffusion, but we'll see. That might be a little hard on my GPU while I'm streaming. Might have to pivot to something else. But yeah, it'd be really interesting to try that out, I think, because I've seen some really great examples lately from Spencer, who made Zeroscope. He's been doing some awesome stuff. And Dot Simulate. Check out Dot Simulate. They got Patreon themselves, where they have Touch Designer tools where you can integrate stream diffusion into your Touch Designer stuff. And yeah, so wicked. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Pers.xyz for all the links. Yeah, Pers loves you. Have a great night, and go forth and diffuse and drop the stuff you make in AI animation on my Discord so we can all see it. And again, if you have any questions, pop in, say hi, shout and yell at us, and somebody will help. Have a great night, everybody.